So tonight is the very first night of having the DJI Spark, and so I figured since I was wrapping up some video stuff, might as well get out and do some shooting at night to see what type of footage that we're getting out of the camera on the Spark. So since the Mavic has been out longer, there's a lot more footage of that flying at night. The Spark, there's some footage, but it seems pretty questionable as to what is actually Spark footage. And so this is going to be a good comparison, get them both out in the air and see how they look. Now, as far as tonight goes, it is kind of dark. There is a three-quarter moon or whatever you want to call it out, but it's still a pretty dark night. So I'm going to fly around. I've got a couple buildings right here and a shopping center, and so that we can kind of get a good idea of what the footage looks like at night and how grainy it is, possibly some shot settings and that sort of thing. So let's get these out in the air and check it out. So here we go with some of the footage from my night test. Now originally I was going to be doing shots with both the Mavic and with the Spark, and I did take video with both the Mavic and the Spark flying around, going to the different shopping centers and lighting. However, I did not realize that I would not be able to later check to see what the video settings were. So I was thinking that I could fly around and do ISO at 800 and 1600 and 3200 in auto, but unfortunately when I was changing those I didn't write any of those down. And when I was checking later, it doesn't look like I can find that data. So if anybody has a suggestion for finding that, let me know and I can dig that out, because I was toggling between the settings and I might be able to click through and figure it out, but I figure rather than trying to guess, I'd rather just redo it. However, I didn't want any of this footage to go to waste. So all of the footage that you see here is the new DJI Spark. So I did not include any of the Mavic footage in the shots here. So everything went pretty well, and image quality seemed pretty decent, especially considering we can't drop it down to 24 frames per second. We're stuck at 30. So I flew it around. The only time that I was kind of freaked out is, one, this was only my second or third flight with the new Spark, but when I was about 1,200 feet out, it started to have video glitch and drop in and out real quick. So I don't know what that was from, but that kind of freaked me out, of course, and didn't want to have any issues, especially at night. And otherwise, the Spark performed really well, and I think that we should be able to get some fairly decent footage at night as long as you're careful.